Long before her name echoed through the busy markets of Lagos and the royal courts of Abeokuta, Madam Efunroye Tinubu was just a young girl trying to survive in a world that offered her very little. She was born around the year 1800, in a time when opportunities for women were rare and success was even rarer. Life did not begin kindly for her. She lost her parents early and grew up under the care of relatives. Without wealth, influence, or protection, her future looked uncertain. But inside her was something far more powerful than money, an unbreakable will to rise. As a teenager, Tinubu learned the art of trading from market women. She watched how they bargained, how they built trust with customers, and how they turned small profits into steady income. While others saw the market as a place to survive, Tinubu saw it as a place to build a future. She began with the simplest goods: salt, tobacco, and local food items. Every coin she earned was carefully saved and reinvested. She did not waste money on appearances. She invested in relationships, reliability, and reputation. Soon people began to say, if Tinubu is selling it, you can trust it. That trust became her first great asset. As her business grew, Tinubu realized that wealth in her time was not just about money, it was about influence. She expanded beyond street trading into long-distance commerce, dealing in palm oil and other goods that Europeans and regional merchants demanded. She built trade connections that stretched from Lagos to Abeokuta and later to Badagry and Porto Novo. At a time when most women were expected to stay quiet and stay small, Tinubu moved boldly among kings, chiefs, and foreign merchants. Her success brought jealousy, resistance, and obstacles, but she never retreated. Instead, she did something brilliant. She aligned herself with power while keeping her independence. She became a trusted supporter of political leaders and royal houses, not by begging for favor, but by offering something far more valuable: resources, intelligence, and economic strength. Soon her name carried weight not just in the market, but in the palace. Tinubu's wealth gave her a voice, and her voice gave her power. In Abeokuta, she rose to become the Iyalode, the highest title a woman could hold in Yoruba land. This was not a ceremonial position. The Iyalode represented women in governance, advised kings, and influenced major decisions. Imagine that, a girl who once had nothing now sat among rulers. Her rise was not sudden. It was built on years of discipline, courage, and strategic thinking. She understood something many never do. Money opens doors, but character keeps them open. The empire she built. By the height of her career, Madam Tinubu had become one of the wealthiest women in West Africa. Her wealth came from large-scale trade in palm oil, tobacco, and salt, ownership of prime properties in Lagos, control of major market networks, lending money to merchants and leaders, political alliances that protected her businesses. She employed countless traders, supported families, and built a system where many women could rise through commerce just as she did. Tinubu did not hide her success. She used it to lift others, especially women who, like her younger self, had nothing but a dream and strong hands. A legacy bigger than gold. In her later years, Madam Tinubu became more than a businesswoman. She became a symbol of what happens when courage meets opportunity, a symbol of how a woman can rise in a world that says she cannot, a symbol of how wealth, when built with wisdom, becomes power, and power, when guided by purpose, becomes legacy. She died in 1887, but her story did not end there. Her name lives on in Tinubu Square, Lagos, and in history books that still whisper her greatness. But her real monument is not a statue or a street name. Her real monument is this truth: a girl with nothing can become a woman who changes everything.